Have you done an extensive back test on a strategy you're interested in and not been thrilled with the results? In fact, it looks like there's no edge on this strategy. Maybe you've worked really hard at this. You back tested 4 years. I've even seen people backtest 10, 15 years, and the further back they go, the less edge there seems to be. I'm going to tell you why. It's because markets are actually fairly efficient in the long run. Over time, that strategy is going to have periods where it performs really well and periods where it doesn't perform so well. And averaged out over time, it's going to look like a flat strategy. It's going to look like there's no edge. So here's how successful traders actually develop edge. They create filters through forward testing and review. They create filters of times when the strategy performs well and then times when the strategy doesn't perform well. Listen, I was really interested in breakouts for a while. The 50 period moving average breakout, the 52-week breakout. There was other breakouts that I actually, well, I developed edge on those strategies. And here's what I found, that when those strategies work really, really well, they're very, very powerful. But you got to know when to back off. Because when those strategies stop working, they take all of those outsized gains back in a big way. So the trick with those strategies was to develop filters to know when to lean into the strategy because it's working really well and when to just back off and maybe go on vacation because this strategy is not working anymore. That's why your back-tested strategy looks flat over time. This book, many of you might have read. It's a very good book on backtesting, and it's very big, as you can see. I even think that Adam Grimes has his own mentorship. There's no doubt that this guy knows what he's talking about. However, I've found that you can leave a lot on the table by just backtesting, and it looks like Adam primarily backtests. So you can leave a lot on the table by just backtesting because it looks like the strategy is actually pretty flat. Like it's kind of actually hard to make money. But when you forward test, you track all of your trades regularly, you review how things are unfolding in real market conditions over the course of 10 or 20 trades, you can see how this strategy is working at any given time. And then when you start to develop a forward tested strategy that you've reviewed every 10 or 20 trades, and your forward tested strategy starts to look more like 100 or 200 trades, well, now you can start to develop filters of when to trade that strategy and when not to trade that strategy. So if you're not getting the results you want from your back test, it's because, especially for day traders and swing traders, backtesting is only a handshake. You're just getting introduced to the strategy. I tell my day traders and swing traders that I mentor to only backtest maybe 50 occurrences because you're really not going to get any more useful data on a shorter time frame strategy. Now, if you're a position trader or you're an investor, that's when backtesting for longer periods of times can have a bigger effect. But for right now, if we're just talking short-term strategies, which is what most retail traders are trading, this is why you're not getting the results you want. You need to forward test. If you want to know how to do that, click on the next video.